This is my next monthly update video. Let's see here. The best way I can describe what's been going on, what's been happening with my transition, well, in life in general. Let's start with my last orthodontist appointment. When I asked him last month how much longer it was going to actually take, he said about another year to a year and a half. So it would be 3 years total from when I first started. Yeah. So, because he wants to get it done right. He does it, that's his words. He wants to get all of this done right. But my issue currently is how long it takes for everything to shift currently where it's at, because when teeth have to shift over and straighten and go into a new position in a new spot that it originally wasn't, and closing a gap, that jawbone has to dissolve and reform. And it's been a struggle because as the gap is closing, the other side of the tooth, the gap is opening up. And there's just been on that side over here, whenever I brush my teeth, it's been a little bit of pinkish color when brushing. So I'm dealing with that as things are doing that shifting. But other than that, the little bit of discomfort I still have as it's doing all that is frustrating. So, yeah. The next part is with my nutrition. The nutritionist. What happened was, as I have probably already mentioned, I was trying to find, because she wanted me to change a few things, like with my yogurt, she was wanting me to do half and half. Like she mentioned I think it's pronounced Fahe, that brand, 2% with the whole milk one. The brand I've been doing, both of them like Greek yogurt, but the brand I've been doing is the Chobani brand, full fat. She's wanted me to do mix half and half with the toppings, which I've been pretty much mixing chia seeds, flax meal, and frozen fruit, the berry mix on top of that. So then she was wanting me to change the shake from very high calorie to a lower calorie. And that's where I struggled, because what happened was I tried one brand, Premier Protein. I tried like 3 different times. The last 2 times it made me throw up, literally. So I had to stop doing that. So I went back to the very high calorie boost. And for a month, while I contacted the dietitian so I could find out other brands, things that could work. So I tried a few and settled on the Oregon, I think it's how it's pronounced. the one that has 250 calories in it. And she always, and with what else I was eating for my snack, those two things. And I also was having a fruit cup, the cherry mix, because it has more variety of fruits, so I can get more nutrition that way. And 100% water or fruit juice, and a cheese stick. She was wanting me because I wasn't really eating lunch because my breakfast wasn't feeling 100% like hungry. She was just counting that as my lunch, the snack, and just wanted me to eat actual meat protein and not rely 100% on the shake for my protein. So, yeah, my breakfast hasn't changed. My snack has become like a snack lunch combination. And the morning snack I was having, I stopped. The evening snack I was having, I stopped occasionally once in a while. I'll have an extra snack. But doing these changes, this comes to the next part. It's helping with my transition, the actual physical part of my transition. What has happened when I did that extra month of the high calorie shake, I was just messing with how I was feeling about myself a little bit because I gained weight a little bit more than what I was planning, but then made the changes, and now my body's maintaining. My body's maintaining the weight at 157 pounds, 157.6 pounds. It's been maintaining. And combined with my HRT, I have noticed the transitional part is probably what most of you are here to listen about, because they both go hand in hand. The other day, I took my measurements because things, I was just curious where things are at, the way I was feeling, the pain I've been going through with breast growth, and a little bit of pain. It's like the hip butt area, mostly towards the butt area. I took my measurements. My waist has not changed, which I'm thankful for that. I do not need to gain in my waist because with the diet and everything, I still have a tummy issue. It's not like bad. It's just I could stand to lose a little bit in my tummy. My tum's around here. That fullness, as long as everything else stays. My hips butt measurement has gone back up half an inch. So I finally, with the diet combined with my HRT, because the HRT is going to tell your body where to store things, combined with your genetics. Yeah. So I'm back to 39-inch hip butt measurement. Then my band measurement on my bra size, that fluctuates, the underbust. So I'm still 32. The major changes is my breasts. Other than the hip butt measurement, my breasts, the standing has not changed. It's 43 and a half last I measured, which that means that's 10 and a half inch bigger than my waist, and average is a 10-inch difference. But my leaning bust measurement has gone up half an inch, 44 and a half. My laying has gone up half an inch, 45.5 inches. Yeah. So now I was like wondering, why is mine doing that and the standing isn't going up? But the other two are. The research I've done, it was saying that that's normal in women when that happens. And when the leaning and laying are bigger than the standing bust measurements, you end up having a fuller bust. Like your breasts are actually fuller. You have more fullness. And if they're all the same number straight across, you have more shallow breasts. So, and I've noticed how much fuller they are, especially up here. And just like I have actual fullness that I was lacking for the longest time until this happened. So I'm like, yep. And according to the website, a bra that fits with my measurements, it says I'm a 32L/M, that in between. And this, they don't look that huge, but it's like they are in the extra large cup range with a small band. So it doesn't look as huge as it could look, partially because the tummy issue. Could get this flatter, this would look bigger. But yeah, but since my body has gotten to where it's gotten, because I explained to the dietitian how I was feeling with my transitional goals, and she was saying hormones can make things like go in certain places, like the HRT can do that pretty much. So like hormones can make it store or go to certain places. So, but the thing was, when I got to now, my body feels almost perfect. It feels like where it's supposed to be. Like when, like if I compare my body now to before I transitioned, how everything felt off, where my breasts and hips are now, like my hip butt and where my breasts are. This is where it feels like I should have had a long time ago, where it's at now. My body, I'm not having those issues where I feel off from being underweight or a lower weight. I'm not feeling off like if someone's overweight and how they would feel off there. I don't feel off that way. Or I was when I lost that 10 pounds, getting onto this weight gain, healthy weight gain journey. My body just feels where it needs to be. My breasts feel where they need to be, like the extra large range. It feels perfect in the extra large range. That's where they're supposed to be. So, yeah. And it just feels right there. I don't want to do anything that's going to cause it to lose. But if my body decides to gain in those areas some more, then that's what's going to happen. I can't pick and choose when it does it or how long it's going to take to do it. But if I keep with the diet where it's at, I know kind of the expectations. But if I want to lose a little in the tummy, I know I have to do more exercising combined with the diet. I just don't want to change the diet to even less calories than what I'm getting because, yeah, I think it was about 310 or 340, something like that, calories less than what I was getting, because I was getting with specifically the changes with the shake. It was 530 calories, and now I'm taking the new shake is 250. So that difference is how much difference of less calories I'm getting a day. And my body is actually maintaining and slowly kind of still gaining in the breasts and hip butt measurement. And something I also noticed with that fat, how it's distributed around my legs and the butt area, how sometimes in certain positions you can see where the fat like kind of dimples, and they call it cellulite, is what I heard it's called, what cellulite is. My body like has that now, and frankly, I don't have an issue with that. And just like, oh, have cellulite, if that's exactly what it is. I'm like, okay, I don't have a problem with it. My problem is the tums area down through here. That little bit of extra. Other than that, the rest of my body's perfect where it needs to be. So, yeah. So, over 15 years transitioning, surgery, changes with my HRT over the years, combined with diet and exercise. I got my body where it needs to be, finally. And I don't regret any of it. It's like, do I really want to be that skinny ever again? It wouldn't be a bad thing if my breasts and butt stay. If I don't have health issues upon the same time, I just want to stay here, just with a little bit less in the tummy area. And yeah, I feel better, like mentally and physically with my body. So yeah, on top of part I don't really talk about much, but as my sexual orientation and my sexuality, I don't really talk about that, but because I identify as a lesbian, I've always been on that side. I've never been straight. I've always been attracted to females since preschool. So I identify as lesbian, but I also have a fluid sexuality, and that's the part that I struggle with here and there because it just fluidly changes, and when it does, I want certain things. It's been in a weird in-between state where fully in between is like asexuality, but it's like here, it's like asexuality. Here is the male side, and here's the female side, and it's like in between here and here, where I want certain things. I want to be able to do certain things, but I physically can't because I don't have that body part anymore, which I have that feeling where I want to do it that way, but I don't want to change my body. At the same time, I want to receive. So it's just like, yeah, more. It's just been more attracted to I'm 100% attracted to like cis females and femme presenting, like non-binary. That's like on rare occasions where their body's born that way or they transition that way. But it's been more so because over time, back in 2019-ish, I became just more attracted, like 100%, to trans women as well. When I was partially attracted that way, but now it's like leaning that way with my fluidity. So, yeah, attracted or wanting from pre-op or non-op, preferably non-op trans woman. It's the best way would be able to, but that's how my fluidity is right now. I don't talk about it very often, which not very many people do talk about it. So that's where I'm at with my mind, body, transition state. So yeah, that's where it all is currently, how I'm feeling, where everything's at. So yeah, other than that, there's nothing much to talk about with my transition and how things are going with me in my life. Because other things I'm not going to talk about. I just wanted to talk about these specific things that's still going on, helping with my transition and whatnot. So, until my next video, comment, rate this is, subscribe this is, and when or if I do another video, because I'm not sure the future of this channel right now, because it was specifically to document my transition, like the changes I go through, the transition, and to help others understand. That's the kitty Sabrina back there. To help others understand and know what happens, like pre-surgery, after surgery, surgery, whatnot, transition-wise, from my perspective of my changes of my body on this journey. So as long as I'm currently having changes, I'm going to update on those changes. But if I don't have physical changes, I don't know what else to do here with this channel. So if you have any suggestions, comment, and I will see what else I can do here. So to help others. So until then, boop,